I'm here with Mark and Montserrat. Mark is the filmmaker and Montserrat is the lead actress from Ascent, a brilliant short film that's been entered into Fusion Film Festival London. Here to chat about the film. Congratulations, well done. Thank you. Thanks, Montserrat.
Thank you.
Who wants to tell me the story?
The director.
What's it about?
What's the film about?
Yeah. Well, I know because I've seen it, but for the sake of...
Well, it's about a mysterious inheritance that she is the lead actress. She basically her grandmother dies and leaves her a mysterious package, and it contains a mirror, a magical mirror, and it kind of opens dimensions. That's what the film's basically about.
I should point out, I know Mark because of his comedy, but this isn't actually.
No, it's not the comedy.
Yeah, of course, it's a little bit dark. Yeah. And what's the idea behind this? What's the because it's radically different to I feel to what you've done before.
It is radically different, yeah. Well, I got the idea because we had a three-way mirror in the bathroom.
Oh, so when I know,
so
I don't like those.
Yeah,
no,
but,
I don't like them.
If you angle them, you can see yourself multiple, eternity.
Yeah, I'll be looking at that going, Christ, I've put on how much weight? No, but I don't know. I find them a bit odd.
And then you bought that wonderful mirror that appears in the film,
That's
which
right,
is you bought it in France or?
Yeah, I ordered it. I found it on eBay, I think, in France.
Yeah.
In France.
In France?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
There's only one of them, obviously. It's a unique mirror.
Yeah,
so as
it's beautiful.
As a film prop, though,
Who owns it?
I do.
It's in your house?
Yeah, it's at my house. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's a shame.
Anyway, but it's not very clever because normally you need three on a set in case it falls. So we had to be really careful.
We had to be super
careful. We only had the one,
So Mark was always telling me, be careful when you go up and down because sometimes the steps were very narrow, and my feet were bigger, so you hold the mirror like that and you're like, you are very careful.
So when it could be an awkward question I'm about to ask actually, Mark. So when you're looking for the lead actress to play the character in this, what were you looking for? I mean, obviously Montserrat fit, but she have to have a particular look, I get, and obviously in a certain way, but because you fit the film. Yeah. So what kind of look were you looking for?
Well, actually,
did you know Montserrat?
I knew Montserrat already because she's the wife of an ex-colleague of mine. Right. And we were both working in visual effects at Framestore. And
note to self, we'll get her very cheaply. Yeah. Okay.
No.
No, of course not. It cost a fortune.
Fairly, very fairly.
Okay.
No, but basically, so I knew her, and actually, as I was writing it, I kind of imagined her in the film.
Oh, okay. So you kind of wrote the part to her.
Yeah.
Almost.
But I didn't know.
I mean, she didn't know about it.
What if you said no? Oh dear.
No, I wouldn't have said no to Mark. No, I wouldn't. I really like the story as well. I like the mystery. I mean, the work with mirrors is very fascinating. I mean, it's a bit tricky to work with mirrors with a camera, as you know, because the mirror reflects the camera, reflects the boom. So it's a bit tricky in that respect. Technically speaking, it's a bit complicated, But once I got the hang of it, I was pretty good at managing the mirrors, to do the infinity shot that we were talking.
You get used to the vibe.
Yeah, you get used to it, but at the beginning it's kind of tricky because you are not only looking at you are looking that the person behind you filming doesn't get reflected on the mirror, the camera,
Right. So we had visual effects to get rid of a lot of the reflections.
So in post you can.
In post production, if you saw the original shots, you'd see people with cameras that in some of the shots, and we had to get rid of them. Yeah.
So do you do the post? Because I know you've worked in this. Well, kind of.
I work with Tim Kirkby, who's just over there.
Right, okay.
We do the visual effects together. I mean, I direct it, but he does most of the After Effects.
It's incredible, isn't it? You can literally do anything. You almost don't even need to have a camera these days. You probably build it all in a PC.
Well, but
I mean, I'm being oversimplified. I know
in theory,
but it's getting to the point where it's because I would have never guessed. I would just thought it's the way you shot it, and but I guess that's what you wanted, seamless. So where was it? This was built. So you've got a set.
Yeah, the set was near. Brick Lane.
Yeah.
Right, so not the same one that
East
you
London.
Barber's cut dressed up to be something different.
That was near Brick Lane, a really nice building that was a purpose-built set, actually. And they made a lot of films in there, big films. And I was lucky to get a good deal on because I knew the guy that runs it.
So it is specifically there to aid filmmakers, and there's all different sections to build a setting, I guess, or little rooms. Or
We didn't really have to build much of a set.
Well, not build, but address a set.
We dressed it, yeah. But it's such a quirky, wonderful building that when you walk in there, you just, it's fantastic.
It has an atmosphere.
And they built. There's a light channel going from the roof right through the building. It's literally, you can open every ceiling.
No.
And right to the cellar.
Seriously?
This was purposely built, and that's why, the shots where you look from above, look at the the table from above, when she's looking up. We literally took out the ceiling and put the camera in the room above, looking through the ceiling, right? Otherwise, you couldn't do it.
And you knew the owner, which was probably helpful, wasn't it?
I knew the owner, so I was lucky that I could never have afforded the normal rates.
Wow.
So it was like $4,000 a day.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously? And how long did it take to film? How many days did you need?
It was a weekend. We were there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
A long
immediately there's
weekend,
£8,000 to lay out. That's
well,
big
I
money.
didn't pay that, but
No, but
it would have been.
Mates rates, I mean, Christ, that's unreal. So Mark's written the script, he's pitching to you, always saying, I've got a great script, I wonder if I'm interested, because I'm hoping you'll take it. And what do you think when you're reading, wow, this is amazing? Or you're thinking, oh my God.
No. I like the story very much. I like the fact that it was very thriller, fantasy, and I like the story with the mirror, and to work with the mirror. I just thought it was very original.
So you obviously, I know you've been an actor, done other work.
Yeah.
So what kind of other work have you done? All sorts of stuff.
I've done comedy. I've done thriller. I've never done horror, but I've done melodrama. I've done thrillers, comedies, but something like this in a short film, I never done it before. The short films I've done, they're always more like kind of comedy. More comedic than thriller, and this one was like, it's the story of this woman. Basically, the camera is all the time on her, Valerie. It's pretty much. I mean, we have the interventions of the lawyer, then we have the grandmother, but basically it's the journey that she has, the remembrance towards the grandmother, the relationship, and then this strange object. What would you do if you received something like that, and then it's magic, and then transforms you, and it was very interesting to work with Mark.
Don't worry, you can tell the truth now.
No, because we were talking about this quirky woman, Does she live on her own? Does she have kids? No, so we were kind of building her, around this kind of her universe. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, for me it was a bit like, when I read it, I don't know why I kept on thinking on Hitchcock.
Do you know what's amazing? The second person to talk about Hitchcock, there's that film we were talking about earlier. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was, to me, the guy I was interviewing him was saying, and I said about very much reminding of Hitchcock, and he said the same when he made the film, and I know what you mean. It's sort of like a Marnie or
yes, as well, because they put me that hairstyle, and I'm always kind of, we were discussing. Mark was always very like your face, like looking around because you don't know what's going on. Is this going to attack me? Is he going to kiss me? You don't know what if it would be bad. It would, although it's the grandmother that gives it to her, we don't know the reaction of the mirror towards her. Maybe we'll kill her. We don't know that, So it's always this kind of suspense, and the character of Valerie is always in kind of a tension, because she's very sad because she's grieving her grandmother, but at the same time, this object that she has is like, ooh, what's going to happen to me, And it reminded me so much of Hitchcock all the time. I don't know. It was. I don't know if I did tell you that, but
you might have done.
But this kind of suspense,
Yeah. So let's say you're a typical. I know it's a weekend you'll film, but a typical shot, a close-up of you, which now lasts, shall we say, 5 seconds, as an example. But actually setting that shot up, Mark, and getting it right, it's not a 5-second job, is it?
No.
Well, no, because it'd be interesting because for people that don't know just how complex it is. You want the right lighting, you've got the sets all dressed. Oh, hang on a minute, I've suddenly noticed that the makeup isn't quite what I want and there's a reflection here. So that 5-second shot, typically, I mean, it's impossible to say because I know you don't time it, but it could take, what's the average to get something like that right?
Well, I mean, it's a 10-minute film. We must have shot over 2.5 hours. It gives you some idea.
Yeah, so there you go.
And, you know, some shots, we had a gimbal camera rig where we could move around the camera like a steady cam.
Yeah.
So that sped up the shooting, but you know, a shot like that could take up to half an hour basically. But we had to speed up because we had limited time. I actually had this rig set up where we could sort of slightly float the camera and then do another shot straight afterwards. You know,
so
literally
time saving,
exactly time saving because you know we had a weekend, and on the Monday we had to be out Sunday night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how long, so when you say weekend, are you allowed to go in at sort of 8 a.m. and finish by 8 p.m. on Sunday night? How does that work?
The agreement was we had to be out of the door at 6 p.m.
Sunday,
on the Sunday, and we were, to be honest, we were there till 11.
Yeah.
And we actually packed up to over 2.5 hours. So we literally left at 1:30 a.m.
Oh, did you get any grief about it?
Yes.
Did you have to pay any more money?
Luckily, we got away with it. You know, the guy was really nice to us, and I had 1,000 excuses. But there were some neighbours who were not too happy, and I gave them like a few £20 notes, and they let it go. Really, because
amazing money talk.
Yeah. What could we do? You know, and I knew that they had a.
Well, you couldn't go back the following weekend. It's just no way, is there?
No way.
You haven't budgeted for it, and it's going to cost an absolute
But also,
fortune.
on the Monday morning, they were the next crew were coming in the morning, so
to dress the set.
Yeah, to dress the set.
To use it for something else.
Yeah. So this place was packed.
Constant.
But as soon as we leave, there's another crew going in, and then another, and another, and another.
I'm kind of thinking, like $4,000 a time.
Oh yes.
Wow. I can hear the old.
No, I mean it wasn't always dependent on the client.
But even so.
I mean, it depended on what it was. But they made feature films there, and then I think he was charging that kind of money. But it wasn't always that. I mean, they did a lot of photo shoots there as well. Like you'd have models coming in, and whatever the latest collection of Dior clothes.
I'm going to get into this. I'm going to go and buy a building that's going to cost about £10 million, no doubt, with all the work that he's doing. But you can kind of, but it's a big risk. You've got to hope that you're going to get the clients in, haven't you?
You do.
He's obviously famous and well.
It is a gold mine. That place, there's no doubt.
Well, listen. Thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you both, and well done the film. Great. You're great in the film, and you're pretty good at making a film. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. That's great. Right.